just like that, Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA, the team owners, the Players Association, in the split of an instance, all of it can change. In a split instance, all of it can change. If this injury does anything, it should be a wake-up call to the WNBA, the Players Association, the team owners, that just like that, all this fanfare, all this interest, all this newfound attention on the league can disappear overnight.
All right, stop scrolling. The sports world is in chaos right now, specifically the WNBA, and it all centers around one player, Caitlin Clark. Remember all that hype? Record ratings, sold-out arenas, jerseys everywhere? It felt like the league finally broke through, riding the wave of one superstar's arrival. But just when things were looking up, disaster struck. Caitlin Clark is sidelined with an injury, and what happened next wasn't what anyone expected. The league thought fans were locked in, ready to watch the drama unfold, rough play and all. Instead, a full-blown fan revolt. People are furious, claiming the physical play targeting Clark led to this, and now they're not just complaining, they're boycotting. Tickets are going unsold, social media is melting down, and the WNBA finds itself in crisis mode, scrambling to keep the momentum alive without its biggest star. Welcome to Trial Scoop, where we cut through the noise and expose the drama rocking the sports world.
It was just announced that Caitlin Clark will be out a minimum of 2 weeks with a quad injury. Could this injury have been prevented? Can the Indiana Fever win without her? And what does this mean for the WNBA?
The news hit hard. Caitlin Clark is out, minimum 2 weeks with a quad injury. The timing couldn't be worse. The WNBA was finally having its moment. Soaring ratings, record jersey sales, Fever games drawing massive crowds. Everything aligned for unprecedented growth. Then, the injury. It wasn't a season ender, but even a minimum 2-week absence for the league's undeniable draw changed everything instantly. The narrative flipped from historic rise to immediate crisis. Clark is sidelined. The fans who fueled the hype are reportedly furious, and social media is ablaze with frustration and accusations. League officials, team owners, and the Players Association are reportedly scrambling behind the scenes, trying to manage the public relations nightmare while projecting calm. The excitement of the early season has curdled into concern, with questions swirling about Clark's recovery and the league's future momentum.
Get in the back. We know Caitlin Clark was lost yesterday to an injury for at least 2 weeks. Now, the thing about it is they're going to reevaluate in 2 weeks. And of course, man, these teams, I told you earlier, these WNBA franchises that moved games like the Chicago Sky to the, United Arena, you're screwed. You're done. You're cooked. Nobody is going to show up to this thing. Chicago Sky can't sell out their own 9,000-something seat arena like it is. They couldn't when they were kind of decent.
This seemingly simple injury, a strained quadriceps, has had a massive impact. No tear or fracture, but enough to allegedly throw the entire WNBA into chaos. Clark's thigh took a forced break, leaving the Fever's star on the sideline just as the league needed her most. The reactions? Anything but subtle. They've sparked public meltdowns and widespread outrage. Fans, analysts, and even some players are reportedly voicing frustration, worried about the league's hard-won momentum and Clark's recovery. It's a tense moment, and everyone is watching closely to see how the WNBA attempts to navigate this unexpected setback and protect its fragile new image.
Oh my God, guys, breaking news. Caitlin Clark is hurt. I didn't believe it when I saw it myself. She's injured. She has a quad injury, a left quad injury. It's a quadriceps strain, and the team announced today, about 2 hours ago, she's going to be out 2 weeks at the minimum. 2 weeks. Without Caitlin Clark, this team is finished.
The most impactful response has come from Clark's diehard fans, arguably the most passionate and social media active supporter base the WNBA has ever seen. They've reportedly turned a minor injury into a fan-driven revolution against the league. Tweets and posts erupted with cries of, "I'm done watching until Clark returns. This league isn't worth it without her," and the widespread call to boycott the WNBA. These fans, many new to the league, allegedly feel the physical play targeting Clark directly led to this, unleashing a torrent of emotional outrage and demanding accountability for the rough treatment she endured.
If it's the latter, it could mean that Caitlin Clark could potentially miss the rest of the season. This 2-week timetable that people are running with, that's just when Caitlin Clark is going to be reevaluated. As of now, she will be reevaluated on June 9th. That does not mean, and it's highly unlikely, that June 9th or shortly thereafter is when Caitlin Clark is cleared to return.
Meanwhile, other WNBA players are reportedly trying to remind the public that there's talent beyond one star. But the online world, driven by the pro-Clark outrage, often responds dismissively. The drama around Clark's absence, fueled by the boycott movement and debate over league physicality, has ignited a firestorm of reactions, highlighting a potential disconnect between the existing fanbase and the surge of new attention Clark brought. Out in Indiana, the Fever are getting a stark taste of life without their star. The Caitlin Clark show on the court is temporarily off-air, leaving Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell to carry the team through sheer grit and determination. Mitchell is reportedly playing with immense energy, while Boston anchors the defense and rebounding. Coach Stephanie White is rewriting game plans on the fly, a challenging task. Surprisingly, the Fever might stay competitive in the short term, facing reportedly less challenging opponents. Their resilience could surprise us, even without their superstar.
There's no way every team's going to come at them and try to take them out, especially without Caitlin. They're going to lose some games here, and that's going to set them back. It's really hard to believe this, but yeah, she's out. There's no other details. When did this happen? Could have happened in this game. We're not sure. Most likely at a practice yesterday. She's out for 2 weeks, man.
Let's be honest. For many new viewers, the most entertaining aspect of the WNBA wasn't just the game. It was the intense narrative around it. It was watching the league grapple with the sudden spotlight. Before her injury, Clark was the MVP of that narrative. Her presence reportedly skyrocketed ratings, sold out arenas, brought in celebrities, and filled seats with passionate fans. She didn't just bring excitement, she rebooted the league's public perception and economic algorithm, reportedly driving record viewership and merchandise sales. And now, the queen of this new era is temporarily sidelined. Suddenly, the league tries to shift focus, claiming the MVP race is wide open. It's an attempt at narrative control, but for fans who tuned in for Clark, it reportedly rings hollow. But there's a counter-narrative. Clark's time on the sideline could be a catalyst for positive change within the Fever team. Without her dominating, teammates are reportedly being forced to step up and show their potential, developing their own skills. When Clark eventually returns, rested, refocused, and ready, she'll reportedly be back with a powerful statement. Picture her storming back, hitting deep threes, silencing doubters. That could be an electrifying comeback, a must-see event.
Breaking WNBA news. Caitlin Clark is out for a minimum of 2 weeks with a quad strain, and our next question is, what does this mean for the Fever? So Cece is going to be missing the Second Sky rematch since playing them the first weekend of the season, which is definitely a bummer, but on the bright side, this injury doesn't seem too bad. It's just some quad tightness. But fear not, Fever fans. We talked to Caitlin earlier this month, and she doesn't seem too worried about the depth of this roster.
So I think our depth is probably what I would worry about the most. You know, if somebody doesn't have it one night, you're just going to the next person on the bench and the next person, and you know, we're gonna have to be able to find a way to use that to the best of our ability.
Caitlin seems like she has faith in her team, but we will see how this squad performs on the court without their number one player.
And here's the real takeaway. If the Fever can navigate this stretch, stay competitive, and snag some wins, they could emerge stronger. With Clark healthy, Boston confident, and Mitchell energized, they could become a dangerous dark horse in the playoffs. So, yes, Clark is out and fans are upset, but the WNBA's story isn't over. It's only getting louder, more complex, and arguably more dramatic, with new narratives around MVP races, rising stars, fan rivalries, and the anticipation of Clark's return. To the fans reportedly boycotting, without Clark, for many new viewers, watching feels like the main act left the stage. Yes, there's talent, but without Clark's star power, the unique energy and buzz reportedly evaporate. Games feel flatter, the atmosphere duller. Go ahead, send angry tweets from your themed merchandise, but the league isn't necessarily reinventing itself, it's trying to survive without its biggest draw. When Clark comes back, it won't just be a game. It will be a massive event, the show everyone waited for.
Just as I started talking about Caitlin Clark being in the MVP race, it is announced that she suffered a left quad injury and she is going to miss at least 2 weeks. And this is such a bummer because the Fever were off to a great start this season. Caitlin Clark was playing out of her mind. She had already broken some records in the first 3 games, and now she's going to be sidelined for 2 weeks. We'll see how the team will hold up without her. Obviously, she's the primary ball handler, playmaker, and shot maker. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can sustain and just hold even at 500 or better, and she can get back and keep them in playoff contention.
Right now, the WNBA faces a paradox. Games might be technically smoother without the intense physical drama around Clark, but viewership is reportedly lower. No viral fouls, no heated debates, fewer explosive headlines. Without Clark being fouled or making internet-breaking plays, mainstream discourse has calmed. Paradoxically, this quiet is unsettling for the league. Chaos and personality clashes often drive attention. The WNBA benefited from the spectacle around Clark. Now their chaos engine is paused, and they're reportedly nervous about the numbers. And don't forget the merchandise. Clark jersey sales reportedly plummeted when she was injured, leaving the league and marketers scrambling. A multi-week absence risks losing more than points. It risks losing the league's pulse among the new fans she brought.
Turns out she's human after all, Dan. She's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, it appears.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about Caitlin Clark? Remember last year, she played in the Final Four. Right after that, she went immediately to the WNBA. Draft came, season started, and, didn't miss a beat. And all of a sudden, she got a little rest and comes back, gets a little banged up.
Turns out, she's human, Dan. She'll miss time. And some fans reacted like toddlers denied a toy. Comment sections filled with, "She should have gone to Europe" cries. A bizarre reaction suggesting fleeing the country is a rational response to injury. This narrative ignores the fact Clark came to the WNBA specifically to elevate it, facing aggressive play head-on, not seeking an easier path. And a moment for the Clark haters, they were perfecting their hate watch, ready with overrated takes. Now, nothing. Hard to hate watch someone not playing. They're left with nowhere to direct their online energy.
Big news just released by the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark has suffered a quad injury, and she is going to be out for a minimum of 2 weeks. Really bad news for people going to games at home hoping to see Caitlin.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese is reportedly seizing the spotlight, flexing, trash-talking, building her brand as a compelling personality. It's working. The drama around her is captivating. The anticipated Clark-Reese rematch was supposed to be the event, a ratings bonanza. With Clark out, it's reportedly like showing up to a major event and the main star isn't there. The show goes on, but the energy is different. But zooming out, Clark's injury might help the WNBA long-term by forcing the league to showcase other stars. It forces fans to see talent beyond the biggest name, proving Clark is part of a movement, not the only part. We're reportedly seeing other players like Kalia Copper and Brianna Stewart get deserved attention. The league is now highlighting its depth and team identities. When Clark returns, the hype will be even bigger. This break adds fuel. Her return won't just be a moment, it will be a statement. Any player who underestimated her while she was out better hopes she doesn't come back raining revenge threes.
Caitlin Clark might be a demigorgon. I was watching the WNBA, there was nothing on the TV, so I said, why do I just support women? I'm a proud feminist anyways. It was one of the worst things I've ever watched. All I saw was straight bricks. But Caitlin Clark might be a demigorgon. That girl can hoop. I will.
We're seeing in real time the Angel Reese psychological meltdown as she's actually being forced to grasp the fact that the thing that she is best at in her life, which is basketball, Caitlin Clark is exponentially better at than she is.
The real losers aren't the Fever, Clark, or even the league entirely. The real losers are the fans who tuned out the second she was hurt because they missed the rise of other players, missed the league adapting, missed witnessing it forced to grow beyond one name. That's a missed opportunity you can't just replay. The WNBA survived a week without Clark, and reportedly, it adapted. It will be tested again when she returns. There will be no excuses, no rookie adjustment narrative. Just 40 minutes of her trying to make up for lost time and silence critics. If you enjoyed this, leaving a like and subscribing helps us continue.